Access granted.
Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are mapping out the rapid systemic integration of artificial intelligence right into the very fabric of American governance. We're looking at a landscape that fundamentally transformed between 2025 and 2026. Basically, AI went from being this novel, cool tool to the absolute bedrock of our national security, economic productivity, and social order. Okay, let's dive into this. What happens if AI takes over America? It's a question that honestly used to belong entirely to science fiction, but today, it represents a very real present-day transformation. We aren't talking about some hypothetical future decades from now. We're talking about right now. From autonomous military systems to algorithms shaping our courtrooms and classrooms, the reality is that AI dominance is actively reshaping how the state interacts with its citizens. As our sources point out, this future didn't arrive with a single cataclysmic event. There was no giant switch that suddenly flipped, Instead, it happened through this incremental, relentless saturation of the state's foundational systems with generative and autonomous tech. It's kind of been a quiet revolution, but one that has literally rewired the operating system of the entire country. To digest all these sweeping changes, we're taking a sector battleground approach. Here's our agenda. 1. The AI first era begins. 2. The military's AI arsenal. 3. Deepfakes and law enforcement. 4. Rewriting American education. And 5. The federal versus state clash. Section 1. The AI first era begins. The shift to systemic integration. Entering our first sector, we really have to establish just how dramatically AI's role has shifted. It evolved, and it evolved fast. From a peripheral tool used for mere efficiency, like drafting a quick email or organizing a spreadsheet, into a mission-critical asset. Organizations and governments fundamentally rely on it now just to function. But this systemic integration brings us to a recurring thematic motif in our sources: the black box problem. As we build machines that get more and more powerful, our human ability to fully understand exactly how they arrive at their complex decisions is actually fading. There's a profound tension here. We're increasingly relying on machines to make highly consequential decisions that even their own creators can't fully explain. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer scale of the financial pressure driving these changes. By 2025, the global cost of AI-powered cybercrime hit a staggering $10.5 trillion. $10.5 trillion! This unprecedented financial bleeding forced organizations across the board to entirely reshape their risk equations. The push to adopt AI wasn't just about innovation anymore. It became a matter of absolute survival in a newly weaponized digital landscape. Section 2. The military's AI arsenal. Speed wins. This brings us to the Department of War and their decisive new doctrine, built around a very simple mantra. In this new operational posture, traditional bureaucratic hurdles aren't just seen as annoyances anymore. They're viewed as critical operational risks that absolutely must be eliminated to maintain tactical superiority and global deterrence. The economic math of warfare is just being completely rewritten. The military is moving away from traditional heavy armor towards attritable warfare. Under the $1.1 billion drone dominance program, which was recently tested by military operators during Gauntlet I at Fort Benning, the cost of a single-use attack drone is projected to drop to just $2,300. Compare that to $5,000 for standard munitions. It's a massive shift in cost-effectiveness. To achieve this, the military is relying on some major pace-setting projects. Replicator 1 focuses on fielding thousands of massed autonomous systems, while Replicator 2 pivots to counter drone tech. And then Project Maven continues to integrate AI into intelligence fusion. But as noted in the sources, this has created some significant friction. Developers like Anthropic have actually clashed with the military, citing risk sensitivity theory and raising profound ethical concerns about delegating lethal, life-or-death authority directly to machines. Section 3. Deepfakes and law enforcement. The end of seeing is believing. Moving into the justice sector, we see a really fascinating paradox. AI is simultaneously aiding police with highly advanced forensics and biometric analysis, while at the exact same time, it is deeply destabilizing the concept of objective reality within the courtroom. The era of seeing is believing, that is effectively over. This destabilization is perfectly captured by what experts call the liar's dividend. Basically, because the public knows deepfakes exist, bad actors can now successfully dismiss perfectly real, authentic, incriminating evidence against them by just falsely claiming it's an AI forgery. The sources highlight this playing out neutrally across completely different spheres, from defense attorneys trying to dismiss prosecution footage in January 6 cases, all the way to corporate litigation where Tesla lawyers argued past remarks could have been synthetically generated. And within police departments themselves, AI introduces brand new risks. Tools like Axon's Draft 1 save massive amounts of administrative time, for sure, but advocacy groups like the ACLU are raising major civil liberties concerns. They point to studies showing that reading an AI-generated police report can actually alter an officer's own organic memory of an event. This authoritative AI voice creates a memory contamination issue that severely degrades the integrity of the evidence. Section 4. Rewriting American Education. The AI literacy mandate. Let's move to the classroom and see how this builds into our next battleground. Because the algorithmic sovereign isn't just policing the present, it is actively shaping the next generation of learners, creating an urgent mandate for AI literacy all across the country. 95%. This reveals the absolute scale of the shift. By 2026, 95% of students are utilizing generative AI for assessed work. While AI platforms are offering incredible personalized instruction and real-time feedback, this sheer volume of use has ignited a nationwide academic integrity crisis. And it's complete with flawed AI detection tools generating false positives that genuinely threaten students' reputations. In response to this, states are just scrambling to implement statutory guardrails. California is locking down student data privacy, preventing it from being used to train models. Meanwhile, Utah has mandated AI sandbox and digital skills courses for 7th and 8th graders. Idaho is developing a comprehensive framework, and South Carolina has introduced strict written parental opt-in requirements. These states are basically racing to establish standards ahead of the 2029 PISA global exams, where AI literacy will be assessed internationally for the very first time. Section 5. The Federal v. State Clash. The Preemption War. Entering our final sector, we look at the overarching governance of this new era. What we're witnessing right now is an intense administrative tug-of-war. On one side, you have aggressive federal mandates prioritizing rapid innovation and deregulation. On the other, you have a highly fractured landscape of state-level protections trying to pump the brakes. And this brilliantly illustrates the regulatory whiplash organizations are facing right now. The Trump administration issued executive orders in 2025, explicitly revoking previous safety safeguards and targeting state laws to ensure American AI dominance. Yet, right in the middle of this federal deregulatory push, robust state laws like California's Frontier AI Act and Colorado's Comprehensive AI Act boldly went into effect in early 2026. To combat this, the federal government initiated a preemption mandate. They established an AI litigation task force aiming for a single, nationwide, one-rule policy. They're even leveraging broadband equity access and deployment, or BEAD infrastructure grant funding. The pressure is on, suggesting that states maintaining what the federal government deems onerous AI regulations might lose out on critical infrastructure money. It's a high-stakes constitutional standoff over who gets to control the future of the technology. But controlling the technology isn't just about software, right? It's about the physical world. This rapid scaling is putting an unprecedented strain on American critical infrastructure. Data center energy use is projected to skyrocket from around 4% of the U.S. total to a massive 12% by 2028. We are literally talking about needing 50 gigawatts of new power capacity on local grids that are already maxed out. So the crucial point is that this abstract cloud-based software expansion has a deeply tangible environmental reality. It's called the soda straw effect. The cooling systems for these hyperscale facilities act like a giant soda straw. By 2028, cooling these servers could require up to 720 billion gallons of fresh water annually. To put that into perspective, that is enough to meet the indoor needs of 18.5 million American households. It's placing immense pressure on already water-stressed regions. Despite all these massive challenges, life goes on at the local level. Municipal governments are adopting AI to scan building permits and manage citizen requests, freeing up thousands of work hours. But to maintain the public's trust, your trust, they're adhering to a strict human-in-the-loop requirement. The AI does the heavy cognitive lifting and processes the load, but a human official must review the output. Most importantly, a human retains final, absolute accountability for the decision. Which brings us to the ultimate question as we look at the landscape of 2026. We've seen how AI has saturated our military, our justice system, our schools, and our infrastructure. The technology is here, the transition has happened. But as this preemption war rages on between innovation and regulation, we have to ask, will this new algorithmic sovereign ultimately serve the collective interest and rights of its citizens, or will it merely serve the ruthless efficiency of its own machines? It's a question we are all going to have to answer together. Thanks for joining this explainer.